Without Bourne Town Football Club, my life would be quite lonely. I live on my own and I don't see my family very often. It means the world to me, it really does. I look forward to the big games on Saturdays. It means an awful lot to me.
Every fan has a story or reason they come week in, week out. This makes up the fabric of non-league football, which we'll come on to later. On the pitch, the Wake story continues as they look to extend their unbeaten run. However, the visitors to the JK Mack Stadium are high flyers Coventry Sphinx. Coventry took an early lead through a well-taken finish and showed why they are challenging for the top of the table. However, if it wasn't for a stunning save on the stroke of half-time, Jordan O'Brien would have levelled it up for the Wakes. It would take a team effort for the Wakes to get back into the game. Callum Milne winning the ball back, Jordan O'Brien with an outside of the boot assist, then Robbie Ellis applying the finish. I've watched it back a few times and I'm still not sure how Robbie did that, but we're back in the game. Both sides had big chances to win, however it ended at a draw and the Wakes' unbeaten run extends to 5 games. Next up was a trip to the West Midlands to face Lichfield City, supported by a large travelling army of fans. Lichfield took a stranglehold on the game with the 2 well-taken early goals to lead at the break. Bourne looked like they were back in it with a goal early into the second half through Tom Siddons, but were pegged back again moments later. Bourne created some great opportunities late on, with Richard Jones making it interesting, but it was too little, too late. What's happening on the pitch is just one part of the story. There are many more off the pitch that makes Bourne Town the community club that it is today.
Hi, I'm Dave Mears. I'm one of the supporters of Bourne Town Football Club. I've been coming here for about 4 years, and I'm one of the photographers at the club also.
We used to follow team further up in the pyramid, but we like this so much better. It's just community.
We've been coming down here now for probably the last 3 or 4 years with Georgie coming with us, but I've been coming for many a moon since I was a very young lad, so.
It really is like a home from home. It really is, because it's a great family club. You get involved. I've met parents down here of players, and even they said, "This is my grandma, Dave," and even players like Robbie Ellis, even his dog comes to watch him. Bless him.
There is no life if there's no Bourne Town Football.
Think about being here. Yeah.
We would probably end up having to go shopping with the wife, so please don't come here instead.
I was new to Bourne after losing my leg. Was lucky enough to be placed in one of the new bungalows in Bourne. And a friend said, "Let's go." I'll tell you what, Dave, he was showing me around town. He said, "Let's go down to the football club." So I'd never been here before, came down and fell in love with it, really.
We love coming to Bourne, and so when it's not the football season, we just sort of stooge about miserably.
Yeah, loose end.
Without Bourne Town Football Club, my life would be quite lonely. I live on my own and I don't see my family very often. It means the world to me, it really does.
Back on the pitch, the Wakes faced in-form team in the league, Rugby Town, winning 5 of their last 6 games. I'll let Darren take it from here.
Plays down that left-hand side, but stuck a little cannon off a bottom shirt. If the clear one to the right, the player's going to be through here. He's going to have a shot on goal, and it's a big save again by Will Lakin. Made himself big. And Will Bird with it looks across. He sees Darlington, punts it forward instead. Fury takes a touch on it, skips inside the player, plays it across Zach Allen, and Zach Allen's put it in the back of the net, left-hand side of the goal. Beautiful work to play that ball across, and Zach Allen, he did the rest. Smashes it to the left-hand side of the goalkeeper's view. Look at it, to the left-hand side of the net. And Bourne Town on 30 minutes.
Rugby scored straight after the half-time interval, but a goal-mouth scramble allowed Aaron Ayyett to score his first of the campaign and for us to retake the lead. The Wakes put the game to bed on the 72nd minute with an audacious assist from Jordan O'Brien and Zach Allen applying the finish. Who doesn't love a bench count? Back on the road again, we headed to Loughborough Students on a damp Saturday afternoon. The Wakes took the lead through Sam Bailey direct from a corner. Then it was that man Bailey again as he rifled in a driving shot to double the lead. The Students got a late goal back, however the Wakes hung on to record back-to-back victories for the first time this season and lift them outside of the relegation places. Next up was a long trip to Birmingham to face Boldmere St Michael's, who started the day 3 places below the Wakes. "25 minutes into the game, Will Lakin came for a ball and collided with Brad Marshall, falling heavily on his back. He was unable to continue, so upset striker Will Bird to take his place between the posts. A brace from Sam Bailey put the Wakes in another strong position, with Will Bird having little to do at the other end as we went in ahead at half-time. Bourne came out on the attack in the second half and overran the Wakes. They were back level on 68 minutes and were pushing for the winner. The Wakes thought they had scored late on through the head of Rob Ellis, but was ruled out for an infringement. Robbie subsequently getting booked for sharing his opinion on that one. The Wakes were eventually outdone in the 91st minute, falling to a defeat in the West Midlands.
I thought first half we were really good, carried on what we've been doing the last couple of games. Scored 2 good goals, and then obviously second half didn't really come out, if I'm being honest. Bit of a disappointment, and they kind of just ran all over us, I thought. Second half they probably deserved the 3 goals. So disappointing second half.
The games at Step 4 don't get any easier, with the visit of title challengers Belper Town to the Abbey Lawn. With Will Lakin injured, Dan Swan came out of retirement to take his place between the sticks and was called upon early to prevent the visitors taking an early lead. On the half-hour mark, Richard Jones received a straight red card, making the task an even bigger one for the Wakes. Belper were awarded a penalty early into the second half, but there's something about their end, and Swanee isn't there. However, just 8 minutes later, the official pointed to the spot again. Belper doubled their lead in the 76th minute and were comfortable against the 10 men of Bourne. It wasn't to be for the Wakes, but remember, what happens on the pitch is just one part of the story. Every supporter has their own story too, and this is what makes our football community one to say we're proud of.